I can't fight this feeling deep inside of me. You just don't realize what you do to me. When we're strumming our happy song, you let me know nothing can be wrong. I'm hooked on a feeling. Hey there, YouTube. I'm just a dude with a uke. Today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm hoping that you are all staying safe, washing hands, avoiding public places, and doing what you can to limit the spread of this coronavirus business out there. It's scary a little bit, and again, I think it's going to be okay. We just need to do everything we can to limit the exposure to those endangered people. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about today, YouTube. Today, I want to talk about another disorder that affects so many ukulele players out there. That's right, I'm talking about UAD, or Ukulele Acquisition Disorder, and the struggle is real. Today, folks, I'm going to go into my personal ukulele collection and how I deal with UAD. I don't think I have as bad a case as many out there, but I'm not I'm not immune. My wife, actually, I'll show you with my t-shirt. This kind of perfectly describes what we have going on here. All I need is this ukulele and that ukulele over there, and all those ukuleles in the other room, and that other ukulele, and yes, that pretty much sums up that captures ukulele acquisition disorder altogether. All right, so how did it start for me? I did a video, and I'm going to go ahead and link to that up over here about how my ukulele journey began. So I'm not going to go into it, but it all started with this little guy, my little Kala soprano, laminate wood mahogany. Such a delightful, sweet little instrument. I got it delivered to my door for like 50 bucks, and it just began it all. How can you go wrong for that much money and to start such a wonderful journey? So if you're just starting out and you haven't bought your first ukulele, I'm going to admit that while this is just the most delightful thing, I'm never getting rid of this ukulele. It's just kind of a treasure to me and William. But I would not recommend a soprano to start with. I would get a concert, and the reason being is as you advance, you're going to want to go a little bit farther up that fretboard than 12 frets, and that's where a soprano is limited. They're cute, they're sweet, they're lovable, but not really my thing. I would recommend, again, as you progress, you're going to want to get higher. So go ahead and get yourself a concert instead of a soprano, unless you just, love the teeny tiny little soprano, and who of us doesn't? So this is my first ukulele in my UAD journey. The second one I purchased was another soprano. I was going to do string it as a low G, and that just don't do it on a soprano. But I bought a Lanikai tuna uke soprano for, I believe it was $75 or $80, again delivered, and it has some adjustments to help the intonation when you get up on these little guys here. I keep it over at my mother's, and that's what that ukulele does. It's kind of my secret stash at my mother's place. So that's two ukuleles. The third ukulele I bought is this guy, my Riptide solid acacia top concert ukulele. I purchased this one like a couple days after Christmas some years ago, and it was on sale, and I'm just going to be honest about this guy. This is the one I struggle with. I think that the root of it, the acacia top on this particular model is maybe a little thick, and so it doesn't project very well, and the intonation is just a little off. Although I lowered the action here on the saddle, and I put the Martin fluorocarbon strings on here, and it has really helped with the projection and the intonation a little bit. And I still love this ukulele. It has its purposes. It's great for this chuck and strum stuff. It's so bright and cheerful, and I love its tone. It just doesn't project much, and it doesn't and its intonation, I struggle with it up here. I tend to bend the strings and flip them off, flip them off, oh my goodness, roll them off the edge of the fretboard here. And so I struggle with this one a little bit, but don't get me wrong, like their ukuleles are like your children, right? You love them all, but this one's a bit more challenging for me. So that is what are we up to? That was 3 ukuleles in my journey. Let's move on to number 4, which is less of an acquisition and more of a project. I did a video on this one. I'll link to that one up here to go in more detail on this. But this is my cigar box ukulele. I built this myself with parts that I got from the internet, and I love this ukulele. It's the one I play in the morning because it's nice and quiet. It really has turned out to be quite a lovely little instrument, made with love. Go check out the video if you want more detail on this one. But my cigar box ukulele certainly has a beloved place in my collection. So let's move on. So what have we done? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, it goes on. Ukulele number 5. I mentioned earlier how ukuleles are a little bit like children. You love them all, and you're not supposed to have favorites, but secretly this one is my favorite. This is my Oscar Schmidt Spalted Mango tenor ukulele. So I am not a large man, but I am a full-sized man, and so the tenor size with my man hands tends to be the sort of the perfect fit for me. So this ukulele feels nice. It's actually one that Ukulele Mike played in many of his videos, and I just love the look of it, and I love the sound of it. And this one, when you get up here, it's just so pretty. It just sings to me, especially when you're doing these instrumental pieces or finger picking up there. It's beautiful to look at. I love its shiny thing. This is one of my favorites. If I was to say anything against this particular ukulele, it's that maybe the soundboard is a little thick, so it doesn't project quite as well as other ukuleles. And sometimes if you're not careful with the strumming, it can get a little muddy. I think most of that challenge I had was me learning how to play a little bit crisper, but it's not as bright and shiny when you're getting into that strumming kind of stuff. So, but again, probably my favorite ukulele. I mean, just it's so pretty, and I love it. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it goes deeper, folks. Ukulele number 6. My Kala Travel Tenor. Now, I love this ukulele also, and I bought it for a very specific reason, because of that, so that it plugs in. I bought this one because we were going to celebrate my in-laws' 50th wedding anniversary, and my wife, her brother, and had decided that we wanted to do a song for their 50th celebration. And so we did like 3 songs in front of their a little island community that they live on. So it's probably one of my first major public performances. Anyway, it was a big deal to me, and we got up there and plugged in and used this one. Now, when we talk about projection, this is the one, the spruce top, and this this arched back here, and this thin little bodied ukulele really projects. It's got such a nice punch to it when you play it. This is a great strumming ukulele. It really gets out there and punches in, and you can plug it in, and it does have a sweet tone. Still does great. Does great on the intonation, and when you get up there, I love this ukulele. Honestly, my challenge with this one is that it's not quite as sweet sweet sounding, I guess, if that makes any sense, as the Mango, when you're doing the finger picking pattern and getting way up on the fretboard. And gosh, the thinness of this body is so great to travel with, but it's a little weird. You want to tuck it in here, and you just feel a little, I need that bigger body to kind of push up against myself here. So that's my challenge with this one. But again, I love this ukulele. And that's where we're at with this guy. So you've seen this one in several of my videos. This is the go-to if I want to plug in for an instrumental piece. So, which is great for video making when you have little kids in the house, right? If you can plug in the ukulele and let the instrumental go, you tend to hear a lot less of the noise going on in the house. All right, so we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, there's one more. Ukulele number 7. Another Oscar Schmidt. I enjoyed my other Oscar Schmidt so much that when I decided I wanted a baritone, I went with this one. Again, it has the electronics so that you can plug it in. I love the look of this ukulele, and I don't currently have a low G ukulele. My experience with the low Gs are that, at least with the ones that I have, excuse to buy another one, is that when I put a low G on any of the ones that I have, that low G string tends to overpower the rest of the instrument. So it's not well balanced. So to sort of scratch that itch of when I want that low G, that's where my baritone comes out. I love the lower voice of it. I love how it's a bit more like a guitar. Yet it's still very ukulele. It's got this nice cutout up here so that when you're coming up to this 15th fret, you've got room for your fingers to get in there. Again, I get to plug it in, which is real handy if you're in a noisy place and you want to record a YouTube video. So that is my ukulele collection, YouTube. And with the purchase of this one, I think my ukulele acquisition disorder has been in check for some time, though the struggle is real. I resist going out and buying a banjolele, a tenor banjolele, and I think I've kind of settled myself into the next ukulele purchase I do. What I really want to do is I've been playing long enough. I want to get myself a really nice premium ukulele. I think it's time for that. It's an investment. I need to find the right one, and I'm looking for one that I can plug in and do all that. All the ukuleles I've shown you, shy of this one, I got for $200 or less. This one was just a tiny bit more, came with all the goodies on it. So delivered to my door. So I still haven't spent more than $300 on an ukulele, which is another thing I love about ukulele in general, is that it's really pretty accessible to get to. You just need to find the wall space to move on with them, right? So anyway, there you are. Tell me, do any of you out there suffer with the ukulele acquisition disorder? How many ukuleles do you have? Do you have a favorite? Thank you for stopping by. This is kind of a different video for me. I hope I haven't rambled on too long. As always, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. And thank you for stopping by. Cheers.